Hey, what's up? I am back with another video, and it's another story video. Told you I was gonna do more of these, and as promised, I am following through with another one. And this story takes place also in my little shit days. As I told you in the last video, my little shit days was the time that I did all the stupid shit that I shouldn't have been doing whatsoever. And like I mentioned last time, you need friends to do this kind of stuff with. And with me this time were actually two of the friends that I had with me last time, not all three. Mr. Grimace had to stay home this day, so it was only me, Victor, and Xavier. Now, we were the usual three homies. Grimace didn't come along much, to be honest. He just happened to be in the last story and happened to get me caught up also, because as you remember, he wouldn't shut his fucking mouth and stop looking at me and got me caught by the police last time. But besides that, this time we're gonna be talking about how I almost got my friend killed. Inadvertently, of course. I didn't like send gang members his way or push him off of something or try to kill him myself. There just happened to be some situation where my decision almost got him killed somehow. So we're gonna talk about how. So this time we're all on our bikes and we actually go across the street from the strip mall from the last story, because across this very busy street there are other businesses on the other side. So this time, of course, we're gonna try to get on top of it, because like I mentioned last time, that's the shit we did. So as we pull up behind this place on our bikes, we stop behind this Chinese restaurant and we leave our bikes behind the dumpster so they don't get stolen, because we didn't carry around bike locks because we were too cool for that. And if anyone tried to take our bikes, we kicked their ass. And I'm not gonna lie, we didn't really care whether they got stolen or not, because most of the time those usually weren't our bikes, because we did a lot of theft. That was a little bit of self-incrimination, but fuck it, it was like 3 years ago. Probably actually more than that now I'm thinking about it. But anyway, we park our bikes and we go to this ladder. Now, this wasn't our first time getting on top of this particular building, but that never stopped us from being fucking terrified of getting on this one because of this fucking ladder. Now, we're trying to get about 4 stories up, and there's this ladder there, and there's a little cage at the bottom of this ladder, so civilians can't just randomly go up there. Never stopped us though, because we always climbed on top of this cage and then proceeded to climb up the ladder anyway. Now, when I tell you this ladder was scary, I mean that 100%. Like, climbing up this fucking ladder is the most terrifying thing you could ever do. And this was back when I was really fucking short. Like, I'm talking like 4'11". I was like a short little shit. And climbing up this ladder is scary because the wind's fucking blowing and shit, and the ladder's barely bolted against the wall, so it's shaking the entire time you're climbing up it. And by the time you get to the top, there's no grip. Basically, stand on this ladder with the high chance of falling to your death and dying. Yeah, that's just what mom wants to hear. Little Timmy fell off a ladder at 4 stories to his death. But hey, what's life without a little bit of fun, right? Did I mention we're fucking stupid? But we finally get on top of this building like we usually did, and we proceeded to just do a bunch of random shit, you know, the usual tag, hide and seek, running, jumping, kicking. I'd leave some of that other stuff out because we didn't run, jump, or kick. Actually, no, I lied. We did a lot of running. I don't think we did a lot of kicking though. So this time we get on top of the building and we find a bunch of spray paint all over the place. And of course, we just see a bunch of spray painted cocks all over the place. Like literally everywhere. There were penises all over the place, spray painted in white. So we get closer to investigate, of course, because that was never there before. And we just see a bunch of fucking writing everywhere. It literally just says fuck God all over the place. And not F-U-C-K God, it says P-H-U-C-K God. Yeah, your boy can barely spell, I know, fuck you. And one of my homies recognized that name from somewhere. Apparently, the person who did this has an Instagram with a very small following that I never heard of course, because I wasn't always an Instagram person. I was too cool for that shit, me being me, because I was a little lunatic, of course. And this guy spray painted penises all over the place on top of this roof in white paint. Now, I don't know who he did it for. Maybe it was just his random ass lonely expression for some reason, but we came across it and we had to look at it for some reason. Now, I don't understand the name fuck God. I wonder if he's saying actually like fuck God, or if he's trying to say he's the god at fucking. I'm gonna go with the first one, because I think some guy who would spray paint penises all over the place on a random roof doesn't get laid a lot, but that's besides the point. So after we admire the spray painted penises all over the place and we do more messing around on this roof, we eventually get bored, of course, like always, and it's time to go. So as we're heading back to the ladder, we notice there is a cop at the bottom of the ladder waiting for us in his car. So you know those moments where your heart like drops and it's like, oh shit. We all at the same time had that feeling, and we all looked at each other like, oh fuck, because there's no other way off of this roof. This ladder is like literally the only way down. We're screwed. It's over. It's a wrap. We're going to jail, or this cop is gonna take us home, and I'd rather go to jail than get taken home, because I don't want to deal with what's at home waiting for me after I get caught by a fucking police officer. So then we're all panicking. We can't figure out a way to get off this roof roof to save our lives, literally. So then we all start to slowly realize that we have to take this ladder down. We have to face this cop. There's no other way out of this. But me in my panic mode, when I get very inventive and creative, I say, no, fuck that. We're gonna find another way off this roof, and I don't care what it takes, but I'm not going to jail, and I'm not going home with this motherfucker. So then we start looking around for other ways to get off this roof, and we can't find another way. But then I had the bright idea of climbing off the side of this building. Now, I see a bunch of wires and plastic pipes on the side of this wall, and we have to climb down 2 stories of wire and pipe to get down, so this cop can't see it. They're looking at me like they're not doing this shit. So then I say fuck it, and I show them. So I proceed to climb down this wall. I slide down a bunch of wires. I slide down a pipe, and then I have to horizontally scale this pipe. Now I'm scaling this pipe at least 8 feet to the side to get down, and it's scary as shit because you're literally 2 stories up and you're scaling a fucking pipe 8 feet. Of course, it only took like a couple seconds, but it felt like a million years to me because you're up 2 fucking stories and you have to try not to fall. So after I finally scale this pipe all the way, I drop down to some skinny ass AC unit. Then I can finally jump down to the ground. Hurt my ankles, of course, but still, at least I'm not in the hands of this police officer. And my friends go, oh shit, it actually works. Yeah, they let me do that whole thing by myself before they even tried to do it. Of course, probably I would have did the same thing just to see if my friend would die before I would try to do something so stupid. So then they follow me up. Victor goes first and Xavier is behind him. So everything's great. They do the same exact thing until it gets to scaling the pipe sideways. Victor proceeds to scale this pipe. About when he gets to the middle point, about 4 feet across, the pipe unhooks from the wall and he's literally hanging 2 stories high, only holding on to this pipe. And I don't know how, some strength probably came through him, but he kicked himself back forward and the pipe went back up against the wall. And then of course I'm sitting there laughing my ass off because it looked funny to me, but I also could tell by the look on his face that he was scared shitless, which I would probably be too if that happened to me. So of course Xavier sees this and then avoids doing exactly what Victor just did, and he gets down no problem, and we get on our bikes and we take off. And then of course I'm losing my mind because we literally just pulled that shit off and we're not with this cop right now. And I'm also laughing my ass off with Xavier because Victor almost fell and it looked funny. And I even said to him, I know damn well your heart dropped to the fucking ground. He was like, yup. And yeah, he almost died. And that's pretty much the story. My friend almost fucking died because of me, because I came up with some stupid ass idea to get off a roof because I really didn't want to go with a police officer. Just a bunch of recklessness at the end of the day. And that's pretty much it. This one probably wasn't as exciting as the last one. I actually expected it to be shorter, to be honest with you completely. But yeah, that's how he almost died. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed telling it because it's actually a really funny story. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you enjoyed this kind of content. I'm gonna keep putting it out more and more as much as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and peace out. Love you all.